warm up started here. So something I don't think I mentioned last week when we started this functional movement training for the first time is I generally like to do my functional movement training without shoes on. So that's a great option if you're at home, if you're in the Philly Fitness Center, or if you're in a commercial gym. I would not recommend it because it's, first of all, not allowed, and second of all, you don't want to injure yourself. But if you're at home, it's a great way to help strengthen your ankle area, and then it also helps to like grip into the floor for a lot of the functional movement exercises that we'll do. I have socks on because I am in the gym, but I would recommend completely barefoot so you're not sliding around. So that being said, let's start with a little bit of ankle mobility. So you're going to come down to a half kneeling position, and we're going to slightly put our hands on our knee. We're just going to lean forward, bring that knee over the toe. So make sure it's not coming out or in, just directly over the toe. Leaning our weight a little bit onto the knee, helping it push forward, a nice stretch in the back of the leg here. And then we'll just rock. A couple times. Each time, trying to press that knee forward. All right. Go ahead and switch to the other knee. I'm going to turn around just so you can see me well, but you guys can stay where you are. So just leaning that weight forward on the knee. Nice stretch the back of the ankle here. And then we're rocking. All right. We can go ahead and stand up. Now that our ankles are stretched out, we can do a couple squats. So we'll squat down and pry left to right. So now loosening up the hips and the ankles with this one. About 5 of those. And then we are going to do a couple of our shoulder W's. So hinge forward, pull the shoulder blades together, making a W with the arms. 10 of these. All right, when you're done with that, we're gonna do a couple Spider-Man stretches. So you're gonna come into like a high plank position, bring one foot forward and lean the hips down. You feel a nice stretch in the hips, the hamstring here in the front of the leg behind. I'll show you from the side how I am. So my foot is in line with my top hand, my other leg is straight back. Go ahead and switch legs. And my hips, you see they're pressing down, creating a nice stretch. Go ahead and switch back when you're ready. And we'll switch one more time. All right, go ahead and walk yourself in. Roll up, swing out those arms a couple times. And we'll get ready to get moving. All right. We have 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off of 5 exercises. So the first exercise, you might want a mat or something slightly behind you. So I'm gonna stand right in front of my mat. We're going to reverse lunge down to our knee and then try and stand up without our hands. So it'll be lunge down. My weight is now on both my knees or on my back knee, and then I stand up. So it's just a lunge down, come up. So if I show you from this angle, I just bring the foot back, come straight down with that knee, control my body weight down, bring back up. All right, so that is going to be continuous on the same leg for 30 seconds, and then we'll do the other leg. So our whole goal here is to have the strength in this front leg to pop us back up. All right, after that, we are going to do a bent over row. This again is going to be alternating sides. Sorry, I forgot about this when I was telling you about your weight. So, but your heavier weight should be okay. So you're just gonna pull in to that hip bone. Again, this will be 30 seconds on either side. Pulling into that hip bone. Then you're going to bring your belt up and we will do a goblet squat. Now that we have that nice ankle mobility that we build up from earlier, squatting all the way down, coming up. All right, starting with the reverse lunge. We have 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead. So lunge all the way back, let the weight even out, and then stand. Try and stay nice and square. So my front leg kind of never leaves where it is. I bring it up into that square position, I pull back. Combination of balance and strength. Almost done. And rest. All right, 15 seconds here, and we'll switch to the other leg. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead. So for my own balance, I want to keep my foot off the mat. So when I reach back, my knee hits the mat, but it's not affecting my ankle when I go to stand, because sometimes a squishy mat like this, it's hard to get a good grip into the floor. If you're on carpet, no worries, that should be fine grip. All right, and rest. Go ahead and grab your weight. We'll do a bent over row. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead. So I rest my hand on the front knee and I pull back to the opposite hip with that arm. My elbow comes straight back, the weight comes to my hip. Five seconds left. And rest. All right. We'll do that on the other side in a couple seconds here. 3, 2, 1, go ahead. About 10 seconds left. And rest. All right. You can put your bell down for a second. We are going to pick it up with both our hands here and hold it like this. If your bell isn't big enough there to fit your palms under, you can go ahead and hold it on either side as so. All right. 3, 2, 1, go ahead. So it's a regular squat, but we have a little weight out in front of us. So that weight is going to help us balance, which is going to help us get a little bit lower without tipping over. So my knees come out over the toes, and then I drive up. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All righty. We have a little bit longer rest now. That was our 5 exercises. And we will start again with the reverse lunge in a couple seconds here. Grab some water if you need it. Then we'll get back to it. And hopefully we'll have a little bit of time for abs at the end, but if not, again, we want to focus a lot on the mobility piece in this functional movement, stuff that's gonna help you throughout your day, as well as with aging. It's very important. All right, so going to the reverse lunge in 3, 2, 1. Remember, we're keeping that same leg. Go ahead, back and up. Try and keep this very straight. Try not to go out to the side at all like this. I don't want my body tipping back and forth. I want my hips in that same line the whole time, right? It's all about control. And rest. Good. All right, get ready for the other side. 3, 2, 1, and go. So this is going to help with mobility for standing up off the ground. And it's kind of introducing us into part of our Turkish get up, which is something I'd like to teach everyone, but it's a bit hard to do virtually. Almost there. And rest. Good. All right. We have our rows on each side, a little lawnmower row. Some like to call it. If you're starting a lawnmower. All right. 3, 2, 1, go ahead. So these unilateral movements are great for balance. It's a little bit of anti-rotational because you don't want to let your body sink on this side, right? Square shoulders, square hips, tight core, that elbow's pulling back. So even though you don't feel like it's a core or a back exercise, it is. And rest. All righty. Switching to the other side here in a moment. 3, 2, 1, go ahead. Again, anti-rotational. Don't let your body droop. Don't let your body pull back. Just pull with the arm. Everything else stays where it started. Shoulder blade should be pulling in, but that's just really helping it stay put. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're going for the goblet squat. Coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. As soon as you pop up, pull yourself back down, and vice versa. As soon as you hit that bottom, you're popping back up. A nice fluid motion. And rest. Good. All right. It's 2 rounds down. We're going to do another round, check our time, and then go from there. We have about 15 minutes left of this class. So that's plenty of time to get some more work done. We are going to start again with the reverse lunges. If the reverse lunge is feeling too easy, feel free to either offset with the weight, so you'll lunge down, stand up, or hold the weight central. So the weight central is a little bit easier. The offset is harder because you're having that resistance trying to pull back against it. All right? That's an option if you're feeling like you need a little bit more of a challenge. Otherwise, keep things the way that they were. All right? We're going to start again. Reverse lunge in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. So when we do a reverse lunge, generally I would tell you not to put your knee down. But because this is a functional movement class, and this is the best way to stand up from the ground, that is why we're practicing it, because a lot of people have trouble once they rest the weight here, transferring it forward to stand. Takes a bit of core as well. And rest. All right, go ahead with the other leg in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. So if you decided to do an offset with the weight, now the weight would be in the left hand if the left leg is going back. And rest. All right, we're going to go for that row again, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. And rest. All right, switch it on to the other side. We will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. So pulling back to that hip. Almost there. And rest. All right. We are going to bring the bell up to that goblet squat position. I'm going to stretch my back out real quick. And we are going to start that goblet squat in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Pull down nice and low. And then extend up. The heavier the weight is, actually, as much as it's harder to stand, it's easier to get lower because the weight helps pull you down and offset your weight so you don't tip over. And rest. All right. Grab some water if you need it. We'll try and get you moving here again soon. All right, let me check my time. Do a little math. Let's do one more round. And then we'll do our stretching at the end. I think one more round will be better than a core circuit because a lot of what we're doing is including the core. So we don't really need that core circuit. As much as you might not realize it, this is targeting your core a lot because of the anti-rotational aspect of it. So anti-rotational means that your body is actively stopping itself from twisting around. All right, we're going to lunge again. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. So pull back, push up. And when you come down, you shouldn't be banging that knee into the ground. It should be graceful. So I come back on my toe, I pull down, shift my weight, and then come back up. It's just really a tap. I mean, my weight is transferring slightly, and then I return up. And rest. All right, same thing on the other leg. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Last one. Last set of lunges. And you have 3 exercises. And we'll cool down. We'll do a good bit of stretching. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're going to row again. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go ahead. So pulling that weight to that hip. Pinching the shoulder blades in the back. So my shoulder blade pulls in the back and my elbow pulls back. That is how this lift is achieved. So it's really more of a shoulder exercise than bicep here. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All righty. Get ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right. Last thing we got is that gob squat. Ready? Give me 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Right into it. This might not be like a bodybuilder workout, but there's a good chance you'll be sore tomorrow because a lot of these strict movement patterns are ones we cut corners on. 3, 2, 1, and rest. So instead of strengthening those muscles that need to be strengthened to do movements in our everyday properly, we're cutting corners and then really making things harder for ourselves in the long run. So this is like reversing the effects of our laziness, if you want to call it that. All right, grab some water, catch your breath if you need to, and we will start with our breaths that we always do, into the nose, arms come up, out through the mouth, fold over. Repeat. All right, on this one, we're gonna hold down, and we're gonna give our shoulders a little hug, and we're gonna rock side to side on the hips, letting a nice big stretch come in the back of our hamstrings. You should feel a stretch in the back as you rock. Now let's alternate those feet, or those knees, one back, one straight. You can bring your hands to the ground in front, perfect. If not, just rest on your shins. Go ahead and roll up. We're going to come to a tabletop position on our hands and knees and do a couple cat and cow. So this is just spinal arching. So we're going to arch up, we're going to arch down. All right. So up, go ahead and press down. So when you press down, press through those shoulders, get yourself a nice stretch. Same as when you press up, push into the floor. Make sure you're breathing. Feel a nice stretch in that spine. All right. Now I'm going to come down on child's pose and do 3 big deep breaths. Now, I'm going to face you, but you can face whichever direction you want. You're going to bring one foot out to the side, the other knee straight up. The hands are going to come out almost to tabletop position, and we're going to rock forward and back. So when you're forward, that leg is kind of straight up, 90-degree angle, and 90-degree angle from our arms to our body. And then when you're back, your bottom comes to your heel. So do a couple of those. Just feel a nice stretch inside the leg here. All right, switch to the other side. Same thing. Feel this a bit in your hip as well. All right. Go ahead and walk.